Hey guys, and welcome back to Live, Love, Life, and Travel. This is your girl Mika here, and today is going to be a little bit of a different video. I wanted to do this kind of like mega hostel tours of Bangkok because, and I do explain this a little bit more later in the video, that a lot of people of a certain age feel like hostels are no longer on the table, and because hostels can help you budget travel, I wanted to show there are still hostels that will accommodate people that are a bit older so you can still travel even on a smaller budget. So that's what this video is all about. I'm going to show you 3 different hostels with 3 different styles. Every single one is not a youth hostels. Hostels have come a long way since 10 years ago. A lot of hostels today cater to more older digital nomads, long-term travelers. So please stay tuned and like, comment, and subscribe. So guys, this is the Kainan or Kainan co-working, co-living hostel, and this is me attempting to show you how wide this bed is, because it's actually quite wide and really comfortable. Very lush duvet, soft pillows, not your typical hard Thai mattress. There's a flip down desk, so if you wanted to stay in bed and do a bit of work, you can do that. There's plenty of storage. There's 2 big long storage areas up at the bed, and then there's a locker and another little storage area that I'll show you. A couple of outlets, some lights, and some hooks that you can also hang some stuff, store other things. And the curtains, once closed, actually shed out a lot of light. And the beds are pretty sturdy. There's not those really cheap, rickety metal beds you get in youth hostels, and that goes also for the latter. Pretty sturdy, wide places to put your feet. This room was AC, but not too cold. It wasn't too light, but enough light let in. And the access to the room, you have to use a little key card, so there's security and safety. The same thing with entering the hostel itself. There is a co-working area. It's not the biggest and most well-equipped co-working area, but it's a quiet place where you're meant to work, so people come up here to work and be silent, so no distractions. There's a couple of office chairs, places you can sit. There's even like a little couch you saw when you first entered the room, and there is a soundproof office. Unfortunately, there's only 2 chairs, and once people use it, they kind of like monopolize it on it the entire time. So for all of you who wondered, is it still possible to stay at a hostel past your age of 26, past the age of 30? Are hostels actually made for adults who are trying to adult, or are they just still strictly for the youth of the world? We're still young, don't worry about it. A lot of hostels in a lot of very well traveled through countries like Thailand, which is the country I'm in right now. I'm in Bangkok, in the Silom area, which I think is the pride area of Bangkok. So if you look into Plate, lots of gorgeous guys around. A lot of hostels have actually gotten hip to the fact that there's a lot of work from home or digital nomads, older crowds who are starting to travel. The old days of traveling being just strictly for the 18 to 21-year-olds who are doing their hiatus from schools or something like that, or their spring breaks, is a thing in the past. A lot of older people are starting to travel a lot more, and a lot of hostels are starting to cater to that. Like this hostel in particular actually has a co-working space and a private sound booth office. It has like a little kitchenette. It has a lot of privacies, a lot of individual rooms where you can get privacy. The dormitories themselves has a privacy curtain, and it's a little area in your dorm that folds goes down into a desk if you want to stay in your bed and work for a bit. It has a dining room. It's really catered to those who are a bit older, college students, like professional college students, not like party college students, and just the older crowd. I would say this is kind of more like a boutique hostel, and if you're a bit older, I would say boutique hostels, capsule hostels, co-working hostels, probably the way you want to go. It's not as social, so if you're looking to make friends, you might want to stay at a hostel that's in between a youth hostel and a boutique hostel. So I'm gonna put the name of this hostel on the screen, and I'm also hopefully giving you some bit of a tour. I couldn't really film too much inside the dormitory because that's where people sleep and dress and get ready, so the footage I have of the bed and stuff is actually really crappy. I'll put some pictures and stuff too. None of it actually does it justice, because when I saw the bed, I was actually surprised how wide it was and how comfortable it was. Not as tall as you might like if you're claustrophobic. Plenty of storage space, a locker that you can lock. They have extra lockers too if you have more stuff. There's area for your luggage. I'm actually really impressed by this hostel. It's really comfortable. I can see myself staying here even longer. Hostels like this is places where people do tend to stay long term. So when I said the thing about the social thing, the thing about hostels like this, when people tend to stay long term, you can sort of make friends because people aren't going too quickly usually. I can tell there's professional college students living here. So I'm gonna leave here today, and I'm gonna show you another hostel that's also sort of catered towards the older crowd and even like families. From the reviews that I read, there's families who've been staying here, but they probably have their own private room, but it's probably just a little bit more upscale. This hostel is a little bit more expensive than I usually pay. This is almost $10, but you have to remember it is right around the holidays, and all the prices go up right around the holidays, and it's high season. So I could imagine that this price would go down a few dollars during low season. Tip of the day: travel during low season. Camera keeps going out of focus. So we're gonna get some breakfast. It's my second day back in Thailand since being away for 3 years, almost 4 years. It's good to be back. All right, let's go. And I forget to mention, there's an elevator for those who are a bit lazy, and there's all these motivational like quotes everywhere that I absolutely love. Little braid sticking out. I also forgot to mention, they give you these slippers to walk around in, and you keep your shoes downstairs in a locker. They give you a towel. I think I showed that already. And there's AC in the room. I really like this quote: be a flamingo in a flock of pigeons. And that's the TV room. For some reason right now, I think I already showed that. Inspirational quote. And you have all these signs on the wall to direct you where to go. And one of my favorite quotes: doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. I love that. And this is the name of the hotel. All right. What's this one say? Okay, let's go. There's coffee and tea, 24 hours, free. No snacks, microwave. It's clean water. An extra bathroom. And then places to store your stuff. And then this is, of course, the reception. So this is my new hostel. It's the name of the hostel. It is in a Sukhumvit area of Bangkok. Hey guys, so this is hostel number 2. I believe the way you pronounce the name of this hostel is CMAs, but I'm probably just butchering that. My favorite thing about this hostel was the breakfast. It was free, it came with booking, and you got to cook your eggs the way you wanted to cook your eggs. So there were eggs, there were toast, and there was fruit and coffee and tea and water. And coffee and tea and water is free flowing. That's pretty normal and standard to most hostels or at least boutique hostels these days. I didn't mind the cooking part. I thought it was actually quite nice, and it was a way for you to meet your other bunkmates. And it was pretty organized, so there's really no problems. And I really like the style and the look of this hostel. This was pretty much one of the only other places you could sit, though. This main area outside and the hammock, and then there's a little bit of an upstairs lobby area that you consider like a little TV room. They also had a free barbecue night, or like you bought a drink, you got free barbecue, and they had a luggage storage area that was for free. So if you were checking out and your plane or train was later on, you can leave it here, or you can even leave it with, I think, like 24, 48 hours, absolutely for free with booking. Now, my one complaint with this place was the dormitory. At this price range, I expected more. The beds were very rickety, like your typical youth hostel, just metal. The mattress and a duvet and a pillow was fine, but the room itself was just lackluster for me. Plus, they didn't give you a towel whatsoever. Again, at this price point, I would expect that. But the bathrooms were clean, and of course, I couldn't film it because they're bathrooms and showers. And the third hostel is Comfy Crib Hostels of Bangkok. The one shining star of this entire hostel was the actual dorm and the bunk. I cannot show you, and I'm sad I cannot because it's so dark. And I didn't want to disturb other people sleeping there, but it's kind of a capsule hostel. It is so large that is probably the size of some New York apartments. Like, it is huge. I could literally stand up and walk around just in the bed, just in the dorm area. The storage area is the size of like a small closet. You can literally put your suitcase and your backpack up there, and there's drawn curtains, like drawn shades for privacy. This was the A plus for this hostel, but pretty much the only A plus. I guess the location was decent. I don't remember the location exactly by heart, but it was a location of Bangkok that I'd never been, so that was nice. The bathrooms are typical so for hostels, but at least it had hot water. There was a microwave and there was a kettle if you want to make coffee or tea. I don't even believe they had free drinking water, but maybe there was a downstairs area where you could buy water and soda and stuff like that. But the hostel was the cheapest one at $7 a night. But all in all, my favorite was definitely the first one I showed you, and the one that I would prefer to go back to because it was the perfect mix of what I'm looking for. I always want multiple places where I can get privacy and quiet if I need to. The co-working space, even not the greatest, it was still really appreciated. The beds were the widest, the most comfortable. It felt just like more homey and more relaxed than all the hostels I've been to. The second one, I really did like the breakfast. That was a nice touch, cooking your own eggs, but the dorms itself just felt like a youth hostel dorm. And the last but not least, The only thing I really appreciated was the size of the actual beds that you got. Like, I wish I could have showed it to you, but this being able to stand up and like literally dance around in my bed area was really much appreciated. So I did like that. But the first one definitely was my favorite. Tell me what you guys think of all these hostels. If you are like a millennial like me, an older millennial or older, would you still stay in hostels today? Or do you think no matter how lush they are, how comfortable they are, you need your own room, your own apartment, your own hotel, and you would never step foot in a hostel? Or if you still use hostels to be able to budget travel or live in areas that you can't really afford to get on your own, and you would still choose a hostel instead of just not traveling or living in certain areas, let me know in the comment section below. And you guys, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to notification when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you want any travel consultation, please hit me up in my Instagram. I'm starting a travel consultation business to help other people travel on a budget like me to live their travel dreams. You guys have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye.